Hi guys, welcome to Comfort Life channel. I am so happy to see you here today. I hope you guys are doing great, and in this video we are preparing 3 wonderful toners for your skin that would help you to clear your skin if you have acne problems, clogged pores, blemishes. So I think that these 3 recipes are amazing for pretty much prevention for oily skin. Not to mention that these toners are extremely affordable. They help to clear our skin. They help to get rid of the excess oil, especially if you use it for your T-zone. And they also, what I think is very important, help to balance the pH of our skin. If you're interested in natural skin pH and why it is important for your skin health, you can watch my video where I talk in details about that. I really love these toners and I always have a toner like that on hand, and that's pretty much everything I use. I consider a toner to be a very important step in your skincare routine, and I would recommend you to never skip that step. I have here 3 recipes using just very simple ingredients. Before I move to the recipes, I just want to talk about each ingredient briefly so you have an idea why we're using it. So the first ingredient which you could use in your DIY toners is the witch hazel. If you're having sensitive skin and it's dry, probably witch hazel will not really be good for you because witch hazel is an estrogen and it is very effective product to use for an acne-prone skin. Well, the easiest way you could do, you just can get a cotton swab, or I usually use this type of cotton gauze. I think it's a lot better for my skin, and you just put it on the cotton swab and you apply it on the areas desired, maybe directly on the blemish or just treating the T-zone, your oily zone. It is also a great thing to use if you have body acne, and you can also use it in your DIY recipes. The next ingredient, which is awesome of course to use anytime for your skincare and hair care or anything, you must have this on hand. This is the apple cider vinegar with the mother, and it's unfiltered and pasteurized. It's really good because it helps your skin to have a proper pH balance. It reduces excess oil production and balances and helps that bacteria on your face that might cause acne. 2 important things to remember about apple cider vinegar. First thing is that it's very potent, that's the smell. You have to make a small patch test. I would really recommend to do a small patch test anytime you're trying something new for your skin, new product, even if it's a store-bought skincare product, and never use it straight on your face. Of course, it has to be diluted. And the second thing, it has to come with the mother, and it's very good idea to shake the bottle because it usually sets on the bottom. So that's with the apple cider vinegar. The next ingredient is going to be lemon. The reason people love using lemon because it helps to tighten the skin, unclog the pores. It helps to brighten your complexion. Also helps to, fade the scars, and if it's a fresh scar, acne scar especially. It also has extremely powerful antibacterial properties. It cleanses your skin, reduces redness, brightens dark spots, and again, because it's also potent, you need to dilute it and do a small patch test before using it. And the last ingredient I'm going to use today is the green tea. Well, I have a green tea, strongly green tea brewed here in the cup, and green tea, as you know, especially it's good if you drink it, of course, so do make sure you include apple cider vinegar, lemons, and green tea into your diet. You can make a wonderful morning tonic, and this is going to help your digestion, help to boost your immunity, and just, health. It's a very powerful ingredient in our DIY toner because it has good anti-inflammatory properties, reduces the redness, inflammation. It also helps with premature aging, wrinkles. I'm going to give you a recipe in parts, not in the exact amounts, because I don't really know. You probably want to make it, a large quantity or just a little bit to start with. So the first toner I want to make will contain lemon juice and witch hazel. So for this toner we shall need 2 parts of witch hazel and 1 part of lemon juice. So I have here a tablespoon. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of witch hazel. Of course, every time you make your DIY recipes, do make sure that you have very clean everything and clean hands, of course. And I'm going to have half a tablespoon of lemon juice. So this is it. This is the easiest thing you can make, and I would recommend you to store this in the refrigerator, and always recommend to store this things in a glass container, amber color preferably. You could also transfer it to a spray bottle. This is very convenient. You just spray it a little bit on a cotton ball I think spraying directly on your face might be dangerous because it might get into your eyes. And the second, so this is your first toner, very simple. The second toner I'm going to make will have green tea. If you want to make all of them, make sure you wash the spoon, you know, in between. For this recipe, we shall need 2 parts of green tea. It has to be fresh, strongly brewed green tea. And again, I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of green tea and 1 part of apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to dilute it. Pretty much, you know, with apple cider vinegar, you could just use water, but I think that using green tea or calendula tea or chamomile tea even is also very, very good. And for my 1 part of apple cider vinegar, I'm going to go with half a tablespoon. So the amount of the toners I'm making right now, I think they're like really perfect for you just to try it out without wasting the ingredients. And sometimes you might see that this proportion, 2 parts of water or tea and 1 part of apple cider vinegar, might be a little drying for you. That's really not a problem, because you might increase to 3 parts of water or green tea to 1 part of apple cider vinegar. I really noticed that during winter months when we have heaters on and the weather is dry, I have a drier skin, and in summertime I do really good exactly with the same proportion. Now, once we're done with our second toner, I'm going to move to the last one, and that is the toner which you could, where you could use essential oils, which is great. We shall need 2 parts of water. So I'm going to use, again, a tablespoon of water, 1 part of apple cider vinegar. Again, you might increase the amount of water. And for me right now, it's going to be half a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And we shall also use essential oils. For this recipe, I love using peppermint essential oil. With every essential oil, you need to remember that in spite of the fact that every other oil is so good, especially there are a lot of them that might be used for skincare, what we need to remember is that every person is unique, and what works for one person might not really work for another one. So again, with this recipe in particular, I would strongly recommend you to do a small patch test, because peppermint, including menthol, it's a very potent essential oil. So you need to do a little patch test, and I would never recommend using it on any sensitive area. So this is again only for people suffering from acne, you know, blemishes, when you really want to have a good treatment to keep the blemishes at bay. Normal dilution of peppermint essential oil is 2–3%. So, but I'm not going to use, I'm going to use only 2–3 drops of peppermint essential oil for this recipe. You might even start with 1 drop, because I do know that my skin reacts good. But I would always recommend to start slowly. Besides peppermint essential oil, I find it's really good if you could substitute it for, you know, I really love, recently I started using this alum essential oil. It was really a discovery for me. I like this oil because this is one of the oils that could be applied on your skin neat. But of course I dilute it anyway, and it's really, really good for your skin, for the aging, even for the sensitive skin. And I also have this blend which I love adding to my toners, which is the Cider. I'm going to put the information in the description bar down below this video, so you could, you know, see for yourself if you like these oils, what oils you probably normally already using for your face. So you could substitute that for this recipe, but again, make sure that you dilute it properly and you don't use a lot. Start with 1 drop. And then, you know, if you make a larger quantity, you could increase to 2 to 3 drops, but never use a lot. Essential oils are very potent, and the rule is pretty simple with essential oils, you know, the more doesn't mean the better. And people might be sensitive to different essential oils. I'm doing well with peppermint. You might not do well with peppermint, so I'm going to repeat that again. Please make sure you do a small patch test. And believe it or not, we're done with our 3 simple recipes. The idea of this video is just to inform you about the great ingredients out there that might be very good for your skin. Even if you don't have any acne breakouts right now, you know, you go into trouble, you could even take it with you if you know that the summertime is coming, especially because I think these work during the summertime the best. And you could really see which one works perfectly well for you. You could use one in the morning, one in the evening, and normally you use toner right after you wash and cleanse your face before applying any other products. You use the toner, you let it dry, and you use it twice a day. And as always, briefly, I'm showing you how these toners look like, and they're pretty much just looking like that. This is the one with apple cider vinegar, and this is the apple cider vinegar I use. And I forgot to mention that anytime you're using lemons for your skincare, I would recommend you to get the organic lemons. This is the oil I was talking about. LME essential oil is really good, and by the way, it's kid safe as well. If you don't feel that you want to use these toners, on the entire face, that's not a problem. Again, you could just use them, to treat a certain spot or a blemish, or just the chin area, or just the forehead area, or just around the nose. Whenever your pores really need that cleansing effect, whenever your skin needs some brightening effect, I always also recommend, whatever you have left, the green tea or any other tea you're preparing, you just freeze it in ice cubes. It's going to give you a wonderful skin icing. Very, very good remedy for acne-prone skin, for oily skin, to keep the blemishes at bay as well. So I hope you guys really like this video. I always try to make them as simple as I can and very informative at the same time. As always, guys, I wish you to stay very happy, very healthy. I really wish you to have the best looking skin, and if you are in your path of achieving it and you're not pretty much satisfied or not that successful, just don't give up, because I'm sure with all the hard work you're doing, you will get the result. I'll put in the information in the description bar down below this video. Please do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button next to the subscribe button, so next time I upload a video, you will get a notification about that. I want to thank you for your attention and your support. Wishing you all the best, and I'll see you in my next video.